Dude, because it's two different pieces, you idiot. You thought you broke it.
Nah.
What is up? We are back. Welcome back to another video. This is part 10 of tucking the engine bay of the LS Swapped 300ZX. In this video, I'm going to be doing two things. I'm going to be making basically an insert for a hole in the firewall for the ECU's wiring harness to run through. And then I'm going to be bending some brackets that I made in previous videos and hopefully getting them ready to mount so I can take them to powder coat. So let's go check it out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is getting some measurements, and then I'm about to design the first 3D printed part that's going to be on the Z. The Z's going to have 3D printed parts. Wow. .795. I'm going to just redo that just to make sure. All right, and then I have this piece that I was going to try to use that inserts into a hole, and it's made specifically for the wiring harness for my ECU. So we need to replicate these holes. Also should probably mention the reason that we're not using this is because there's no space. This is a big issue. So you can see here that ain't going in there. So I need these three holes essentially to fit within this one hole, which is going to be a task. But for now, I am going to measure these holes just so that we know what size they need to be. First hole is 0.7 inches. Second hole is 1.061 inches. And then the third tiny hole is 0.4915 inches. So this is the wiring harness. This just needs to be able to pass through the firewall without having that sharp metal edge to cut through the wires. Okay, so this is roughly the piece that I'm trying to create. I might just use my phone for this. So this is super rough, but this is going to be three pieces. So you're going to have this piece, and this basically inserts into the hole, and it's got a raised lip on it, so it'll kind of snap into the hole. So I should be able to snap it in, and then it stay perfectly in there. Then you've got two separate pieces that fit together almost like a puzzle here, and then it sits into this other piece, and then there will be riv nuts in this piece, and I'll be able to bolt it into that hole. Now, obviously, it's not going to look exactly like that. It's going to look a little bit more refined, but I need to figure out the placement of these holes and figure out how I can do this to make it work well. So I'm about to get it designing. Okay, so I gotta say, I'm using Grok right now, and I gave a really detailed description to Grok of exactly what I'm trying to do, and it is just going through researching so much stuff and going through so many formulas and calculating exactly tensile strength of the material, and it's just the coolest thing ever. So it's my cat. What are you doing, dude? And yeah, I also got a new bed, so that's why there's a big mattress right there. I got a new bed, and I have to swap out the old bed. Okay, so the problem is that these holes are overlapping quite a bit because there's not enough space on the interior diameter of this. So what I'm actually gonna do is add an extra hole. So it's supposed to have one big hole, one medium-sized hole, and one small hole, but because these are overlapping, I'm gonna add one extra small hole, and hopefully that allows for all of my wiring. All right. Oh my gosh, like a million years later, I have, I think, a finished product. I mean, we obviously need to have it printed and see how it comes out, but I've got this main piece right here, which has a lip. So that's gonna snap right into the hole. It's got spaces for 4 riv nuts to go in, and then I even sort of countersunk the holes so that the face of the riv nut can sit flush. I've got an insert here, which is 2 pieces. It's split down the middle, and that will go together, and you'll put the wires inside of it, put the 2 pieces together, and then it can fit down inside of this piece. You can see how the back side will fit down into there. It's gonna be sick. I'm excited. I'm very excited. that's crazy. That thing is huge. Sometimes I accidentally bend just a hair past the 90, so I have to flatten it back out a little bit. All right, this is the completed bracket. Turned out pretty sick. Here's the little bracket for the secondary support for the power steering pump. It's one little baby bend. Now, the radiator brackets. And it's all bent. This is the radiator bracket. That's so sick. That's so sick. Let's go see how they fit. Man, it is crazy how hard it is raining right now. Like half of Chattanooga flooded last night. Dude, this is crazy. This is, you can't even
foot deep for real.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Actually,
dude.
a foot deep of water.
How are we gonna get out of here now, bro?
Everybody's backing up.
Everybody is.
Let's see how the fuse box fits. Just like a hair too long. Dang, it is literally just a hair too long. Yeah, glad we're test fitting. We can see roughly how this is gonna fit. So these two bolt holes go into riv nuts right here, and this should sit roughly like this. That works. Just need it powder coated and put some riv nuts in there. Now, if we were to put the bottom on this, I mean, I think that would honestly still fit. Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't fit down perfectly snugly, it's pretty damn close. So that turned out pretty good. I think just what I'm gonna do is bend this flat again once I get to the shop, and then bend it a little bit earlier so that there's more clearance. It really needs to be kind of right there. Let's look at the other pieces. Now this piece and a bolt right there. Might bend that a little closer to a 90. Might be able to just do it by hand. Yeah, baby. So this is gonna go like this, bolt in there, and then that's our secondary support for the power steering. I need to punch that. Yeah, we were going out last night and literally half of Chattanooga is underwater. It was insane. It was supposed to take us like 20 minutes to get downtown, and it took us like an hour 15 to get downtown. And I drove through a lot of water. All right, now I got a good punch spot for that, so I know where to drill that hole. So this just has to go to powder coat, and this one's good. Let's see about this radiator bracket. Okay, now, if I did everything right, the radiator bracket, wherever I put that, then this should slide into here and then be able to pop over. I may have to take this metal insert out. So I'll be able to put this in this big hole and pop it over to the small hole. Wow, that's beautiful. Put it in the big hole, pop it over to the small hole. Nice. Radiator is gonna be on this side, so the metal should come through from this side. And then, moment of truth. Looks like it lines up pretty good. There we go. Kind of tricky to get that down in there. There's no way I have to take this freaking crash bar off. No way. Oh no. How does that keep happening? Dude, it's pissing me off. Get in the freaking hole. I mean, I gotta literally do this. This is the only way. And this needs to get down in there. That's gotta be cut, and that's gotta be cut. That's the problem. Okay, so we need some drastic cuts. This needs to go straight up and over. We can do that. We'll hit that with the bandsaw, and then that ought to fit. Dude, okay, I know nothing about 3D printing, so you have to tell me everything. So this has to be clean?
Yeah, there's dust and cat shit all over it.
Your cat shit's on your 3D printer, dude? Maybe you should keep your cats away from it if they're gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Do you need a fancy laptop to 3D print?
No, but it helps.
You got the assistant?
He's gonna put the filament in the printer for us.
Ultimaker Cura? Oh, it shows this pad. It shows it on there. That's the part. All right, so you gotta tell me what you're doing here. What are these?
So I have the wall thickness. I'm doing 4 wall lines, and then I'm doing 6 for the top and bottom. I might do 6 walls. And then infill we can do. So this is just for like wires, right?
Yeah.
I say we do like
The other piece, I would almost make the other piece stronger because it has to be able to snap into the sheet metal without like breaking. But this one is gonna definitely never have any stress on it at all. So like you could make it weak.
So here's what it's gonna look like.
Dude,
You go layer by layer.
whoa.
So
Whoa.
that's what the inside's gonna look like. So that's gonna be pretty much like all walls. Maybe I don't need that many walls.
So the green is the walls. This is crazy, dude. Dang, you're gonna make me buy a 3D printer.
Dude, get one.
I'll just come over here and use yours, dude.
That's fun. So there's what that's gonna look like. And I'll just go up to that.
That's so sick. I'm so excited to see this thing that I created formed live out of nothing. Oh, dude, your cat is already
like
taking
that.
another shit on it right now.
No. Okay, 56 minutes, but this printer's usually a little faster than it estimates.
56 minutes to spawn in the parts that I designed. Are you excited?
Gotta take out the micro SD card.
Oh, you can't, it's not Wi-Fi, dude? Dang, dude.
Dude, I got these in high school.
This was before Wi-Fi was invented?
Yeah, long before.
Nice. Now this one, I don't know, I have no idea how this works, but because it's got the lip sticking out, does it need like supports or something? What's the red part?
It's void. It's where there's just nothing under it. So yeah, it probably does need supports. How are you gonna fit a bolt through that?
Bolt's not going through that. A riv nut is going into that,
Uh-huh.
and it is the perfect length for the riv nut to be able to fit when it's not compressed. Then once you compress it, it'll take up even less space, but
The supports that are gonna go up, I'm gonna put a raft so you can just peel it all off at once.
a raft.
Yeah, it's like a little plate that it gets built on. So this is gonna snap into something?
Yes, that snaps into the sheet metal. Dude,
Alright, let's do it. An hour and 46 minutes.
sexy.
Those are the only two, right?
Well, it's technically 3 because the one is 2, but yes.
So I'm preheating it to melt down the filament that's in there so we can pull it out and let the...
Dude, if this cat messes up, if the cat messes up the flange,
Yeah, get over here.
I have to murder him. Dang, dude, I wish I was recording that. Carson pulled out his phone and he went to pull it up and he banged it on the bottom of the desk. Okay, so the first piece is already done. We started on the second piece, and Carson's about to remove it. Dang, you can't see, dude.
It broke.
You broke it in half, dude?
Dude, it's not thick enough.
What the heck? Dude, how
Dude,
could you
just
break
that.
it?
Dude, it wasn't strong enough.
Dude, you should have taken it off more carefully.
It didn't break. It printed that way.
Dude, because it's 2 different pieces, you idiot.
I'm the idiot. You designed it. Oh,
No,
is it
it's supposed to be like that.
Oh,
You
okay.
thought you broke it.
No, I knew I didn't break it when I looked at it.
Dude, this is sick. Okay, so here, hold this. Dude, okay, so you put the wiring harness. Dude, look. You put the wiring harness. Dude, come on, take a serious camera angle. You put the wiring harness into here in 2 halves so that you can put it together, and then it sits into here like this, and it'll bolt in because you have riv nuts in here. Then you put these 2 halves together,
Wow.
and then you put the bolt in, and then this whole thing snaps into the sheet metal.
Yippee.
It's sick. Thank you for printing it for me, dude.
You're welcome, man. It was fun.
Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. I know I did not get the brackets installed in this video like I promised I would last week, but I swear these brackets are going to be coming right back from powder coat, and I'll be able to put them in the video first thing in the video next week. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Get in the freaking hole.
Yeah, there's dust and cat shit all over it.
Your cat shits on your 3D printer, dude? Maybe you should keep your cats away from it if they're gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, your cat is already
like
taking another shit on it right now.